Good evening. We begin with the news this evening that Jamaica has its first confirmed case of monkeypox. That's according to Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton. The patient is a male who arrived from the United Kingdom 5 days ago.
Jamaica has its first confirmed case of monkeypox. The patient is a male who recently traveled from the United Kingdom. He presented to the public health system on July 5th, having arrived on the island some 5 days earlier. The patient has been isolated, having confirmatory tests done, and his close contacts quarantined following contact tracing, which will continue if necessary. The confirmation of this first case has triggered our emergency protocols in line with international health regulations protocols. Among other things, our Emergency Operations Center has been activated. A review of all isolation facilities is to be done to look at the capacity to manage both monkeypox and COVID-19. The necessary health protocols, including surveillance, clinical management, lab management, as well as infection prevention and control, are being completed for the distribution to health teams island-wide, and sensitization of the health team and members of the public, which began more than a month ago, is being enhanced.
Dr. Tufton says there is no present vaccination requirement for monkeypox. However, the public should wear masks, frequently wash their hands, and practice social distancing.
Monkeypox is a viral disease caused by the monkeypox virus, MPXV. The spread of monkeypox may occur when a person comes into close contact with an infected animal, rodents. Person-to-person spread is generally uncommon, but can occur through direct contact with monkeypox skin lesions or scabs, contact with clothing or linen, such as bedding or towels used by an infected person, coughing or sneezing of an individual with a monkeypox rash. The virus enters the body through broken skin, even if not visible. The respiratory tract or the mucous membranes, that's eyes, nose, or mouth. The incubation period, as we understand it, is between 5 and 21 days. Symptoms are usually mild to moderate and include fever, intense headache, lymphopathy, or the swelling of the lymph node, back pain, muscle ache, or general lack of energy, or a rash. We certainly advise and encourage Jamaicans who may be experiencing any of these symptoms to see their medical practitioner for examination and advice.
He says bringing the monkeypox information to the public is not designed to raise an alarm.
Just to say that there is no present recommendation for the vaccination of the general public. If you are experiencing fever, intense headache, muscle aches, or rash on the skin, you must isolate immediately. Call ahead to your health center or doctor before visiting. All members of the public should wear a mask, ideally where you feel exposed, normally in public. Frequently wash hands and practice physical distancing. So the protocols are pretty similar to the COVID-19 virus. In addition, information on monkeypox, members of the public can visit the ministry's website at www.moh.gov.jm. So that's www.moh.gov.jm, or you can contact your local public health department.
Dr. Tufton says in the coming days and weeks, there will be moves to keep the public informed about the disease. And Mello TV will continue to provide coverage on this latest update. In other news, Jamaicans will soon be able to apply for their police records online as part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Transformation and Modernization Thrust. The revelation was made in a virtual press conference yesterday by Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson.
Over the last few weeks, we have been reviewing our processes at our criminal records offices located at 56 Duke Street and our 3 sub-sites located in Maypen, Clarendon, Pompano Bay in St. Mary, and Summit in St. James. This is part of our ongoing modernization effort to improve the quality of our service delivery. We are aware of the challenges faced by the public and various entities as it relates to the processing time for police records. This has been largely due to the significant increase in the demand for this service over time. Earlier this year, we upgraded our automated palm and fingerprint identification system, APIS, to a multi-biometric identification system, MBIS. This upgraded system will increase the storage capacity and reduce the processing time taken to generate police certificates. In addition to this system upgrade, we are also in the testing phase for an online application and appointment system, which has been successful so far. We are also pursuing different arrangements for the collection of police certificates. This is another aspect of our forced transformation and modernization process, which will benefit the public with improved service delivery, including faster turnaround times and greater convenience. There should be a qualitative difference in the customer experience by the end of July as we continue to build out the new and improved system.
On the matter of crime and violence in the country, the police commissioner had this to say.
Since our last press briefing, we have managed to reduce the gap in murders from an increase of 6.3%, as was reported then, to 1.9% as at the end of June. This represents a 4.4% reduction in murders over that period. Gang conflicts account for 74% of these murders. Interpersonal conflicts account for 14%, while 6% occurred in furtherance of criminal acts. Mob killings accounted for 1% and 5% are still being determined. Additionally, shootings are down by 9%, rape is down by 13%, robberies are up by 7%, and break-ins are up by 4%. Overall, major crimes are down by 1%. We had anticipated an even greater decline in murders and shootings as our operational and investigative initiatives took effect. However, this was impacted by the increased gang conflicts in St. Catherine during the month and the murder of the mother and 4 children in Clarendon on the 21st of June.
The JCF also reported an increase in the seizure of illicit guns in the first 6 months of 2022 when compared to the same period last year. Commissioner Anderson further informed that 392 firearms have been taken off the streets through the collaborative efforts of the JCF, the Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, and other law enforcement partners. He said the figure represents the largest haul of weapons in the first half of each of the last 5 years. Commissioner reported that the JCF will continue to use all tools available to confiscate illegal guns, pursue the gangs, and go after the money used to fund their activities. He is urging persons with information that could lead to the seizure of guns and or the capture of gunmen to call Crime Stop at 311, the tip line at 811, or police emergency at 119. Meanwhile, 5 persons will be extradited to the United States for lottery scamming related offenses and other serious crimes later this week. This announcement was made by Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson during the virtual press conference yesterday.
Later this week, 5 persons will be extradited to the United States of America for lottery scamming related offenses and other serious crimes. Just over a week ago, several persons were taken into custody for breaches of the Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Act following a major police military operation led by the Lottery Scam Task Force in St. Anne. Among those taken into custody was a 16-year-old, and 5 high-end motor vehicles were seized. Lottery scamming investigations will continue to be a significant area of collaboration between law enforcement entities locally and overseas, as the proceeds of scamming are used to purchase illegal guns, pay contract killers, and sustain the operations of gangs.
He said lottery scamming investigations will continue to be a significant area of collaboration between law enforcement entities locally and overseas, as the proceeds of scamming are used to purchase illegal guns, pay contract killers, and sustain the operation of gangs. Commissioner Anderson pointed out that more young people are becoming involved in lottery scamming and urged parents and guardians and the wider society to report these activities to the police.
The involvement of young people is becoming a growing trend, and we urge parents, guardians, and teachers to be vigilant and report these activities to the police. We have seen the associated violence result in the death of family members and friends, so this is not a violence-less crime. It has had growing amounts of violence associated with it.
Investigations into the shooting of well-known photographer Dominic Davis, more popularly known as Doms, who was shot dead at his home in Marvely Avenue off Malines Road in Kingston yesterday, are ongoing. Reports are that the incident happened sometime after 1 p.m. and Doms was shot by unknown assailants. He was reportedly found dead in his bed. Another man was found suffering from gunshot wounds inside the house. He was taken to hospital for treatment. News of Davis's death has plunged sections of the dancehall community into mourning. Davis operated a photography business called Dom's Media and has worked for several notable local celebrities, including Crystal Tomlinson, Empress Golding, and Beanie Man. In the meantime, Jamaica's High Commission in London has stepped in to offer assistance to dancehall entertainer Popcorn, who has bemoaned that he continues to face embarrassment when he visits the United Kingdom. This comes after Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, asked the High Commission in the United Kingdom to investigate the circumstances of Popcorn's detention at the airport in the UK. The artist, whose given name is Andre Sutherland, was subjected to 3.5 hours of interrogation by immigration personnel at Heathrow Airport on Tuesday due to a red flag alert placed against his name by the Jamaican government. He was later allowed entry into the country. The dancehall artist took to social media yesterday requesting the assistance of the Jamaican government.
Being detained right now, as you know, I'm in the UK. They gotta give me this paper and detain me because of information that was sent by my country that I should be stopped every time I'm here. I wonder why. Mr. Prime Minister of Jamaica, I would like to draw your attention to this once again.
He is slated to perform at Britain's Wireless Festival on Friday, July 8, alongside Shenseea and Skillibeng. In a tweet this morning, Senator Johnson-Smith said she has asked the High Commission to make an inquiry into the matter and provide her with an update. In the meantime, renowned attorney at law Bert Sabwells has argued that Popcorn's harassment at Heathrow Airport is as a consequence of the Jamaican state putting a red flag on his name. He questioned how an artist with no criminal record and who waves the Jamaican flag high is being embarrassed in a foreign country because his own country says he's a wrongdoer. In other news this evening, Chief Justice Brian Sykes has contracted COVID-19 and is undergoing the care of his doctors as he's experiencing mild symptoms. The Court Administration Division confirmed the development in a media release this morning. Justice Sykes will remain in isolation for a period of 7 days, following which it is hoped that he will resume work at the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice has been scheduled to resume presiding over the One Don Klansman gang trial this morning at 10 o'clock after he had abruptly adjourned the trial yesterday, furious at both the defense and prosecution. After some 20 minutes into the resumption of the case yesterday, Justice Sykes ended the proceedings and stormed out of the courtroom, describing the sitting as a grand waste of his time. It means that One Don Klansman gang trial has been further delayed as a result of Chief Justice Brian Sykes' absence. The trial reconvened this morning with Justice Leighton Pusey adjourning the matter until July 12. And those are the stories making the news. I'm Nicole Hales. Thanks for watching.